Welcome to another bonus episode of Lore Hero. We are here on location in Texas once again, but except for this time we are missing Jason, but we do have Alec, and
Hi.
and we also
Alec
have a
is
special
here.
guest. Who's this?
Introduce yourself.
Hi.
Microphone.
You can tell I'm new at this.
It's okay.
My name is Kalen, better known in the rock band guitar community as Some Guy 913. I am old, and I've been around since Rock Band 1 launched in 2007.
Literal legend. He might not accept that term, but we do. We like it. He's
Well,
legend in the community.
what did you play?
I played drums. The real fake kind. I played drums. I was especially active from about 2007 until around 2009, 2010, around there. Still play today, just not quite as actively or publicly. But
It still blew my mind when I saw you streaming on Clone Hero one day once they added pro drums and dynamics.
Yep.
I was like, that makes a lot of sense. But you're back. You still drumming.
Oh yeah, I'm still
'Cause,
drumming.
Yeah.
I mean, people ask me, it's like, I can't believe you're still playing. I'm like, well, what I've always said is that I'll keep playing as long as it's fun, and it's still fun.
Never
So-
stop being fun.
Yeah, exactly.
These games would never stop being fun. At least
Exactly.
No, for all of
But
us.
I
think
was,
we
I
all
was
just said
super
that
excited. Yeah, when pro drums.
these games are going to
came
be part
out.
of our lives forever. Like
It's never gonna end.
everybody who grew up playing these games, there's just part of their brain that needs it
Yeah.
somehow.
I feel like this is mad funny, that we have you on because I'm now going through a transformation period where I'm like, I want to only play drums.
Same.
I literally only want to play drums. I upgraded my drum set. I have all full size rolling rolling pads, and I upgraded my snare and shit, and I have all these cymbals and stuff, and I tweaked my sensitivity, and I'm like, I want to do only this. This is all I want to do now.
I'm some guy, and I approve this message.
Let's go. See, go play drums.
Yep.
Oh,
Drums.
All of
why am I
you.
pointing at
Drums.
the one I'm not
All of
even
you,
in?
everyone, go play
Point
drums
at
now.
the
Play
Yes.
drums. Go play drums.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's because Alec recently just finished. I don't know if you know this. Everything that there is to do on Guitar Hero is just done. He did everything, and then he did it again.
It's done times two.
but at 125% speed.
I did see the 125% speed post.
It's
not
so
a lot
fucking
ago,
insane.
Which is absolute, it is
Bizarre.
incredible.
I feel like
Incredible.
I'm free from a prison. But yeah, thank you. No, it's like I think I never felt like harder burnout, and so I was like, I want to just go back to drums. I feel like my end game is literally just gonna be I'll be playing drums until I crumble, or until a limb falls off or something, and I'll still figure out how to play drums.
Yeah, Def Leppard guy does
Def
it.
Leppard,
So,
yeah,
I mean, it seemed like a reasonable goal to me. I don't really see any other good path.
yeah, dude. I mean, guitar is still fun and stuff, but it's just about drumming. Something about drumming,
Yeah.
JP.
Well, I mean,
you can,
you're
so much more active.
it is more active. That's why I wanted to get back into it because I was like, I
Yeah.
want to be able to because I drummed when I was a teenager and it kept me in shape. Not only was it fun, but it kept me in shape. And so seeing Alec play. And I was like, man, I really want to play drums again. I'd quit so long ago. And you're doing 5-lane stuff now, right?
Well, I finished World Tour
Yeah.
full game FC. On
Excellent.
drums. It was fucking awful. I had to learn all the broken notes and stuff. Hot for Teacher was terrible. I had to do Stranglehold where the final outro is all broken with the red orange hits.
See, no one had figured that out when I did it, and so I just had to deal with the fact that those were broken, and I didn't have to worry
Dude,
about it. So it was actually way easier for me.
Overkill outro.
I just learned about
you
the
remember
overkill outro from your
Overkill being
stream.
a meme? You're hitting the orange symbol, the orange sustain, and the 3 kicks just don't work.
Oh yeah,
But it turns out it glitched so hard.
I figured
You
that out the
remember?
hard way.
Yeah, so you probably found out. It's you have to hit them all on the yellow sustain.
Do a triple kick.
Triple kick. You have to have a double kick for sure.
Did you ever have the hot for teacher symbol sustain glitch or in your FC?
No, I hit the outro and I was like, please God, do not miss. Because I in runs where I was practicing, it would just randomly miss in the outro or the simple sustains, and I was like, if this misses, I'm never gonna get back here. I'm never gonna get here again. It's just
So
awful.
at the time, this was what, 2009 or something. No one could figure out why the symbols were glitching in hot for teacher. Did anyone ever figure that out? Do you know?
I want to say that. Yeah, you know what? I've been watching Birdman. And he did the
Brady
full
is
series.
incredible for the
And
record.
Yes, he is.
he was like, dude, Hotel California was worse than Hot for Teacher.
Why? Why?
That's
Because
totally something he would say
At the
too.
very end of the song, you have to play a specific role, like a polyrhythm.
Yeah.
You
Yep,
have to play like a polyrhythm, and
comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you have to actually lock in so hard to do it
For a
because you're-
symbol roll.
No, it's not a symbol roll. It's just a regular.
Oh.
The
Oh, yeah,
you
sure.
You have to hit the bass notes late and not with the blue and the oranges. You have to play
Is it like actually broken?
it's genuinely broken.
Well,
So
cool.
you have to hit the bass note late.
I think the grid was just slightly off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Oh,
say. The
yeah,
grid's
sure,
it's probably not
sure.
snapped correctly because
Yeah.
World Tour was more rushed than GH3.
Probably
Yeah, they made
was.
that shit in like a couple months, dude.
They
Like,
did,
who
yeah.
knows?
And as Brian Bright said, those drum kits indestructible. They're made to last. Thanks, Brian Bright.
These things, they won't break.
That's what he said.
That's a real
Because
quote.
they never worked in the first place.
Yep.
Almost every single one that I ever had broke in some way.
Mine didn't even when I got World Tour launch night and I brought the drums home and I was still a kid, so the next day after school. It was right around my birthday, so my mom brought my little friends over, and I was trying to play the drums, and the yellow cymbal just didn't work, like it didn't work at all.
I had a buddy who got it for Christmas, and he took the yellow symbol and he just spun it around. It was plugged
Cool.
in.
Just
And he-
wrecked the wire.
Yeah, he just fucking wrecked the thing.
That's
I was like, why
crazy.
did you do that?
I don't know.
Now we literally can't play. It was the yellow symbol too, so we
That's
couldn't
like
even
the
play.
most
It's the
common
most
one.
integral symbol
Yeah.
out
we
of
couldn't even play.
the two.
We couldn't even play Rock Band. It was like, what
No,
are we doing?
yeah, true, yeah.
Nope.
It was like we can only play 29 fingers. That was it.
Dude, and if you have one of those drum sets right now, you have to be so careful with the wires because they like disintegrate.
They
will fall
do
apart.
the rubber like falls apart.
Yeah.
Now, did you? So I can't remember, but when you were playing back then, because you're more of a rock band drummer, because the mechanics were just way better in general. But did you do 5-lane on your Rollins at all? Did you configure it for that?
Dude, you did Brainstorm. That shit was fire.
Oh,
You see
yeah,
that shit?
yeah,
You
yeah.
remember?
So when I did when I went back when I FC'd the World Tour on disc songs, I had it configured for 5-lane because
Wow.
I had my Roland running through the World
The MIDI-
Tour,
the MIDI
kit,
input,
MIDI,
yes.
yeah, and so that let me do 5-lane. So for like the because I didn't have a very good reliable hi-hat at the time on my Roland. I was starting to kind of get a little finicky. I took one of the other tom pads and like rotated it around and like used it as the hi-hat.
I feel like I remember
Yeah,
this.
that's
I feel like I
actually so
remember
right
this. Yeah,
because
yeah.
You actually had your Rollins in the same like layout that a World Tour drum set was in.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really interesting. But if you're going for FCs, I respect it. Like that's exactly what you got to do. Because like my biggest thing with like World Tour drums was like, why did they make cymbals one of the main parts of the drum kit? It's like we know cymbals are faulty. And like and we know that because I don't know if you had an Ion drum set. I don't know if you remember.
So I never
getting one.
had one. I guess I briefly owned one, but then gave it away.
You played it on TV,
There's
didn't
a
you?
story. Was there? Yeah, I guess that was an Ion kit. I think
Yeah.
actually for the Spike TV thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because we won, we got part of the prize was an Ion kit, and I'm like, I don't need this. And
Yeah, I got Rollins.
I got something way better at home.
Yeah.
so-
so I gave it to the second place drummer
I
instead.
mean, they
Oh,
didn't,
nice. Oh, that's really
W. That's
they,
nice.
didn't
awesome, dude.
compare Rollins and Ions. Like they were two very different things.
They were, yeah. Nick Nimitz the Fish, if you're out there, I hope you still have the Ions.
I was gonna
That's
say
awesome.
the viewers might be missing a little bit. Why were you on TV?
I was on TV because I got what any reasonable person would have clocked as a spam message on YouTube, back when YouTube still had messages and friend lists and all that kind of stuff, from someone claiming to be from MTV, saying that she saw that I was in a band at the top of the Rock Band 1 full band leaderboards at the time, and that they were looking into filming a launch special for Rock Band 2, and they wanted some bands to come and do a tournament as part of the launch special, and would I and the rest of the band be interested? I'm like, there's no way this is real.
But you decided you're like, I might just
I was like,
respond.
well, I'm just going to respond
you
anyway
know?
because I'm just like, I mean, why
Like,
not? They
yeah,
weren't
sure.
asking for any personal info or anything. It was just they just asked them like, yeah, sure, what time? They gave us the dates. I'm just like, and they were oddly specific about everything. So I'm like, okay, I
Maybe
told
it is
the other
legit.
guys. Yeah, I was like, well, still, there's something to this. Maybe not quite what they're saying, but maybe there's something to this. And all we had to give was our like name and email. I'm like, well, they already really basically have that anyway. So we did, and then within a couple of weeks, we had confirmation or booking confirmations in our emails for the flight at
Hell
the
yeah.
hotel. And it was just like, okay.
It was 2008.
Eight,
It was
when
it was,
2008. Holy
So
cow!
this was
August,
like
September.
summer 2008 was when we went out to New York to MTV Studios, and films that launch special for Rock Band 2.
Was that so? Like you definitely got to play the game before everybody else plays. So you said it was
Yes.
summer 2008.
Yeah, so we got to play a tiny bit there at the tournament. We got to play for like maybe 30 or 45 minutes backstage.
So you got to
And-
like you got familiar with like Panic Attack and Painkiller or something.
I don't even think those were unlocked at the time.
They
Oh,
probably
wow.
didn't have
Some
like a
reason.
dev builder or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
that's
you
true.
have to
Yeah, yeah.
tour to unlock all
The
that
dev
stuff.
build. Yep.
Yeah, and so it was kind of strange. I think I remember playing Spoon Man.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
But so to set the the stage here, I don't know, for anyone who's seen the specials, parts of it I think are still up on YouTube somewhere.
Definitely. Yeah.
Not the whole thing though, I don't think. Anyway, part of what they had us do for the tournament was that one of the demonstrators show off some of the new features of Rock Band 2. One of which was performance mode.
Oh my god!
You know what? I think I remember this actually. There's literally a round. I mean, I'll let you keep on telling the story.
No, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. There was a round where it's like, oh, well, these are some of the best players. Let's see how they handle performance mode. For those of you who don't know, performance mode means there's no notes on screen.
This is testing your memory, is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's testing your memory of a game that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, you're playing
that you've
the
only
first
played
time.
for 30, 45 minutes
40
backstage. So they did it. And we did so terribly, they said, okay, we're going to give you like 10, 15 minutes to play the song regularly, and then we'll do it again. And like,
Oh, wow,
keep
that's
the
very
Wow,
smart.
that was
Yeah.
generous.
Well,
of them.
hey, look,
Jeez.
it helped. We got further than we did, the first time through.
I don't even
but
remember what song it was. It
Down
was-
with the Sickness.
Oh,
Right. No, that's
wow.
absolutely right. Yeah. Isn't that at least the vocalist, popular song? You know it. But then for you,
Yeah, it turns out there's quite a few parts where there's nothing but drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, So
Yeah.
it just sounds like nothing when you're missing.
So I have no backing track to go off of to know where I am.
Yeah. You kind of are the backing track as the drummer.
Yep.
So
I made it through the intro. Okay, because I had to listen to the count in. Because nothing else starts. Nothing else starts the song. It's just drums. And there's no grid lines even to see. So
It's just nothing. It's just a blank
It's
screen.
just nothing.
yeah.
Zero
Hey,
visual
you
cue.
gotta have good calibration on that thing too.
Well, and the one positive side of performance mode is that I didn't have to worry about the lag this time.
Yeah, visually.
Unlike all the others.
You just went by audio.
Yeah,
Only audio.
luckily the audio was not as laggy as the video, so I could more or less go on the audio. But also, the only indication you have that you missed a note is that missed note sound.
Yeah,
difference.
the stick click or the little guitar plinks.
Yep. And so we made it through until the second drum break, where I just could not figure out where I was. And
Oh
then
yeah,
we failed.
because it's like you're rolling on the hi hat and stuff.
No, it's the same like kind of intro pattern.
Like right after the first
Oh,
chorus.
after the first chorus,
after the
okay.
first chorus, yeah, it happens again.
Oh,
Which,
okay,
which
okay.
should tell you that if that was our second attempt, how far we got in the first one. Right? Which is not
That's
great.
crazy.
That's such a dumb way to do that.
I can't
Yeah.
believe that.
We did try to explain that okay, look, this is not
not it.
this is not going to go well. This isn't
gonna work.
This isn't the skill exhibition you're thinking
Nope.
it is.
This sounds
But
very
for-
familiar, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh
sounds
man,
extremely
it
familiar.
sounds like history repeats
I'm
Yeah,
not
itself.
gonna
almost like they
lie.
don't really know what they're doing with in terms of like
Right.
competitive modes.
In which we were informed, which is correct, that they are the producers, we're the talents. Do as you're told, which is correct.
Sure.
And I don't hold that against them. Like they'd already had this planned out. It's what they wanted to do. We were brought there to do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did. For everyone who watched.
Sorry.
Yeah. Did you guys they chose the song for you guys?
Yes.
Oh wow. They
Yeah,
really
all
wanna show
the
off that
songs are
song.
chosen for
You
us.
couldn't even play like Psycho Killer if you wanted to.
Nope.
You know what
Well,
I mean? Like,
down with the
Cool
sickness
for
was
Cats.
like hella popular
yeah,
at that point.
Yeah.
Down with the Sickness
It was
is
like
newer
huge.
song.
a couple years
Yeah.
old at that point. Like,
you
almost
know, the
just
whole,
came
the,
out.
The whole like new metal wave and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out like 2006 or 7,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, that's a brand new song
I
essentially.
feel like either one of those 2 years.
yeah.
But as much as we can poke fun at the kind of lack of maybe understanding behind the performance mode idea, that was still such a fun experience.
Oh, I
Of
bet.
course.
They treated us really well. It overall was fantastic.
Yeah,
experience.
they've treated us well too. Like they've kept that consistent for sure.
I was gonna say, like, it feels like they truly value the viewing experience for the people at home,
Yeah, for sure.
rather than for the people who are playing in the tournament.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense, and like I know it could be both though, and that's
It
really
can.
the thing that we're trying to drive home when it comes to festival. Because like after finding out how it was gonna work, these guys did a tournament. How long was it? An hour and a half.
It was longer than that.
There was a 3-hour block of time. However,
Okay,
the actual
we're
amount of
talking
time playing was
Actual
probably like
time playing.
we played 2 songs, man. I mean,
Yeah,
like
it
the
was
first
2
song was 5
songs,
minutes
dude.
long, and the
That's
second
crazy.
song was like 4.5 minutes long. So like actual tournament play time was like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
And I won $5,000 because I did it. So that's
See,
cool.
like
And I had a
that's
gold
They've got more
Riffmaster.
generous. That's good to hear.
Yeah, and I got a golden riffmaster. I got a special
they're with
prize
Epic
guitar
now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Hey,
special
yeah,
prize
hard to argue
guitar.
with
there you
that.
go.
Hey, I heard you have a special prize guitar as well.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I actually do.
May one of
I
our
brought it
film
with me.
crew please help.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Nunchuck, for bringing in our prop. Would you look at this, guys? Take a look at this. I'm going to get this in on the main here.
Some
I'm gonna
people
hand it
might
off
know
to
what
you.
this is.
What
They
is
might-
that? Why don't
yeah.
you tell us what that is?
Well, this is colloquially known as a Pepsi tar
Mhm.
because it was for some reason, during part of a Pepsi promotion that Pepsi was partnering with Harmonix to do, they were doing all kinds of stuff promoting, the Harmonix's games through Pepsi. You bought Pepsi products, there were codes and the caps and everything. You would be able to get points for DLC.
I got so much DLC.
I got a lot.
I drank so much Pepsi.
I got like a dozen.
I don't think I
never
bought a
Pepsi
single
guy.
Pepsi product during the whole promo.
No,
I'm a Coke fiend.
I think I actually like I looked for caps on the ground. Like
Yeah,
I was
rummage through the
a kid, man.
recycling
Like,
bins.
I was
Scavenging.
I couldn't like just ask my parents, "Hey, can I get some Microsoft points?" No, I could ask for a Pepsi though.
All I wanted was a
Brilliant.
Pepsi.
All I wanted was a Pepsi.
And they gave it
I
to me.
wonder if the marketing team at Pepsi like heard it, like had the same reaction from their kids. Their kids would like ask for Microsoft points. They say no. They'd ask them for sodas. They're like,
Like, yeah,
You're like-
whatever, sure, go for it.
This is ingenious.
Genius, dude. They got I drank so much Pepsi Cherry back in 2008.
Dude, Pepsi Cherry was pretty good.
It was
It
really
was.
good.
I'm a certified Pepsi hater, but that Pepsi Cherry.
It was
you know,
back in the day.
I'm actually on your team here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Pepsi that much, but Wild Cherry Pepsi is actually fairly good.
If I had
It's
to,
good.
I would do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Wild
exactly.
Cherry Pepsi.
So apparently there were 30 of these that were made.
Yes,
And that's
They're-
one
they're
of
actually-
30 in
They're
existence,
actually
y'all.
numbered on the. On
Yeah, it
the
has
back
like a
here.
has a label over here.
Has a collector's number on it. Yeah, 11
Yeah,
out
it
of
says,
11 out
uh,
of 30.
It says heavy mental created by Matt W. Moore for Pepsi Rock Band 2009.
2009.
Wow, 2009. It feels like eons ago.
Because
And
it was, for all intents and
It
purposes.
was.
It sure was. And so yeah, that's another one of those things that just randomly came into my YouTube message inbox. Was someone from Pepsi saying, "Hey, can you give us your address?" The literal explanation was, "You're awesome at Rock Band. We're sending out this to people who are awesome at Rock Band. So
Cool.
give
Deal.
us your address." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, "Okay."
absolutely.
You realize I play drums, lad? Like, yeah, we know.
Yeah,
want the
so
guitar or not?
we
All
think
right,
you're cool.
Say yes.
Yeah,
Let this be a lesson to all of you guys. Reply to every spam email you get. It might be real.
clearly.
Don't
every
listen to
single
Jake.
time- Yes,
Bro,
every
don't
single
listen to
thing.
Jake, bro. Dude,
Check
no.
your YouTube messages. They're still there.
So anyway,
They're
the
not.
point is, this has been sitting in my closet since 2009. I think I played maybe one or two songs with it.
So it's in excellent condition still.
It is in excellent condition. Last time I checked, it still works. It's still the green lights on the Xbox symbol light up and everything. But so I don't really play guitar that much. I have no use for it, and I just found out that it's Alec's birthday, so I brought this along.
Yeah, and he told me before the episode or even started, we started recording. I'm
I did.
just
It's not a
like,
surprise.
no, just straight up. This is absolutely.
Listen, the
I gotta-
reaction
I
the
gotta-
reaction that he gave originally could not be recreated in a,
Yeah,
in,
no,
a,
it
in a
can't.
way that would feel genuine. So
You
we
could,
have,
like, you
we
could
have to
do
break the
Pog
fourth
face or
wall.
something. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I still don't.
I couldn't. He
Like,
just
this is crazy.
well he walked in with it and like I was like
Yo, I didn't
Like,
know
I
you had
was-
one of those. That's crazy.
I was very taken aback because I knew what it was right away. Like
These are
right
legendary.
away.
I wanted one of these so bad when I was a kid. Really
Yeah,
bad.
Like we talked about, like I would see JLC playing with this.
Mhm.
I even see stinking Bill TV show playing with this.
I knew Bill TV show. I had
Have
one. I
you
was like,
seen
did he have
DLC
one?
recently?
We talk on like in comments on
very cool.
TikTok.
Yeah,
He does some funny stuff.
I don't think
now.
I've seen him since 2009. Like,
I saw him at TwitchCon 2018.
okay, awesome.
Really? He was at
And
TwitchCon 2018.
was.
huh? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that was there was
That's
there was
good
a
to
lot of
hear.
people.
There was a lot
It
of
sounded like a
during that
legendary
one.
meetup.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well,
Like,
one of-
in
one
one
of the-
hotel room, it was like me, Hell Ashes, and there's JLC, and then it was Randy was in
Dude.
there too. Jay Prez was there, and then Jada Rand was there too.
Man, I wish I could meet Jay Prez.
I think he
I
went
think,
upstairs.
I think he's upstairs.
I was
bro.
hoping he was around. Jay Prez here.
Well, didn't JLC say with that? Like, wasn't he in the entire time freaking out over Randy's playing?
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
like Randy was just otherworldly. And he's like, this
Yeah.
guy's not real. What is he doing?
he was otherworldly back then. Still is now.
Yeah, nothing's
Like,
changed.
It's an
Yeah,
insane.
it wasn't even like
play,
Wii Guitar
play style.
Glaze. It was he was literally on an Explorer, just doing
Yeah.
insane shit.
This was right before RafNet Meta, I think.
Well, it already
Or, like,
started.
It was like starting.
It already started, and my Wii guitar got busted, or my RAFNet adapter was busted, so I
It was
couldn't
V2.
bring. No, it was a V1, and then the
Oh,
wire
it
got
was a
frayed
V1.
because I wasn't. I wasn't taking care of it, and then so it was on me. So that
Yeah.
it wasn't really working properly. So I had to bring my wired Les Paul, and I was so washed.
The wired
During
Les
that
Paul
whole
back
fuck-
when that was meta.
Yeah,
the kiosk
no.
Les Pauls.
Yeah, I can't believe that was a meta. It was like we would hunt eBay for kiosk Les Pauls, and it was just that was the one to get because it was hardwired. You plugged it in. There's no batteries. No
No
problem
latency.
with that.
From,
No latency.
from wireless adapters and such.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that a certain friend of yours never had one. Danny
kiosk?
Johnson.
Well, why would he have one when he was just had a soldered LP that he put together himself, and then he had the remember it was the War Beast I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dream
yeah.
Gear sent him the
Yeah.
Warpiece.
Yeah.
He was
I remember
sponsored
that.
by them.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry. Wait,
true.
so he soldered it. What did he do with the Les Paul?
I'm sure he literally just like hardwired the neck so that it
Yep.
wouldn't drop the connection. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
actually surprised. I remember there was a video once where like I think it was Jack walking around the house and he just walked into like a closet
Yeah.
full, like floor to ceiling, full of Guitar Hero Les Paul boxes.
Like in boxes. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just as soon as one bad thing happened, like one overstrum, fuck it, gonna grab a new one from the closet.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because like a controller matters the most to somebody. So it's like you're going to a new one
Brand
after
spanking
one
new.
small inconvenience.
Well, one thing that I learned about Danny is that there's this thing that people do to their guitars called the silicone mod, and it's basically where they take out the pad from the frets and they'll cut it a little bit to break it in faster. And from what I understand, Danny was doing that like a long time ago, and like nobody knew. He probably didn't
Oh, he
talk about it.
cheated.
Yeah, he probably didn't talk about it.
Oh, dude, you got sit. Cheating. Are you a cheater?
Are you a cheater?
Yeah, so-
you gotta tell that story.
Yeah.
You gotta tell that story. Are you a
This
cheater?
blew my fucking mind.
Gonna tell it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I remember going over to Danny's house, and he was telling me about or I was asking him why he didn't use hyperspeed, and he was telling me, he's like, well, because when I first found out about hyperspeed, my dad was there, and I told him about it, and he looked at the game menu and saw that you had to go into the cheat menu, right, to activate hyperspeed. And he's like, well, it's listed in the cheats. I mean, you can do what you want, Danny, but are you going to be a cheater? And Danny's like, well, no. I'm like, okay. Well, again, you can do what you want, but remember, the game says it's cheating.
I love that. I love that.
And so he didn't use hyperspeed.
And it ended up working out in his favor because it wasn't tournament legal.
It's
Or
actually
Guin-
true.
Or Guinness.
Yeah,
legal.
or
Guinness.
At
Or
the
Guinness.
time, it
Oh,
was,
goodness.
legal.
So try to imagine like an alternate reality where like Danny like played on hyperspeed, and I mean Danny was a freak of nature, so he would have been able to play with a hyperspeed, but he was so conditioned to playing without it that he was able to just keep growing his skill level from there.
Yeah.
But if he played with it, he might have had to like be like, oh man, I have to relearn the game now. Like,
Yeah. There's not many people like that, but they definitely still exist.
Yeah.
I felt
no one.
a kindred spirit with Danny, because I didn't use hyperspeed either in Rock Band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Interesting.
I remember,
That's very true.
watching your Guitar Hero drum videos, and it was just on 0 hyperspeed.
Yep. Yeah. Same thing. No, breakneck speed was too fast. It was just flat out
Yeah,
too
that's
fast.
interesting.
It actually was
on
at some
Rock Band.
points.
Yeah.
I did not start using speed mods for these types of drums until I started playing
Until
Clone Hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Well,
I-
because Clone Heroes, you can kind of do whatever you want with it in a way.
Well, because for me, the important thing is I would not have been using speed mods on Clone Hero if you could not also extend the highway length.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Extended
That
highway
made a
length
huge
is
difference.
awesome.
Evens it out.
Yeah, I like
Yes,
play on like
absolutely.
150, and I turn my shit like
I
just
read
right.
really far ahead.
Exactly.
on
Dude,
No,
do, you
no,
see,
I mean,
do you
like-
see how Foxy Katie plays that game, dude?
Yeah.
Are you familiar?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is insane.
nuts.
It's crazy.
It's like note speed 40 or some shit like that with the
two
the
track
vid,
length
dude, the video,
super long.
dude, the
Yeah.
video lag is like negative 100.
It's insane.
In fact, you can even do
I don't
that.
get it.
That's like if you made Clone Hero into like your own fucking like a Beat Mania game.
Yeah,
like a
you're just
Mania type
you're just
game.
making it some other game.
Yeah, I
Wild.
don't know. But and that's crazy to me. But like I see a lot of drummers that do play on like negative video calibration. Just 'cause I don't know, it helps. It benefits me a little bit. I play on like -10 on Clone Hero, but
You
I
get
know
more of an
that
early window.
you're telling me like the big thing about Clone Hero for you was like dynamics.
Dynamics was a game changer, absolutely.
It's awesome, man. It's so good because like it's mostly about like the feeling of drums and like
Well,
the groove of it.
you're even closer to the real thing.
Yeah, you get very close to the real thing.
Well, it's one of the biggest aspects of drumming that had never, to my knowledge, really been captured by in the game. I mean, Warriors of Rock.
Warriors of
kind
Rock, yeah,
it
yeah.
it had dynamics. They were really finicky, and like the way they were represented and the way that it felt was just kind of off.
Yeah,
I
understand.
was super.
Yeah.
I was super excited about it, but trying to play along with it, like, just didn't feel right. Something about the way Clone Hero implemented it, even though it's really simple, felt so much better and so much more natural.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you heard about Yarg.
I have.
And so they actually started implementing dynamics. They don't have textures for it yet, but
It's
like
like in
soon-
the last week or so, right?
in the last week
Yeah.
they added pro keys and then they added dynamics to drums. So like that's a big thing.
Wait, Pro Keys is officially added now to
It's
Yard?
in nightly. It's in
Yeah,
nightly
it's nightly. Okay, well,
because they made that announcement. It was like nightly is going to be definitely experimental.
Okay, cool.
So I've told myself I'm going to hold off on Yarg
Yeah.
until Elite drums are actually fully
Fair.
implemented.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they're calling? They're calling it elite drums. I was like true drums.
I think True Drums was your old name. I think they're calling it Elite Drums
that's
now.
that's
cool.
crazy.
I
Calling
love
it
that.
elite drums. I haven't
I
been
think,
keeping it
like,
up.
yeah,
Keeping
it
up
used
with
to be
like
called
the
True
development.
Drums. Because I mean, I remember I was hearing about what became initially True Drums from Acai way back when he was
Yeah.
still like kind of prototyping
Yeah.
everything out.
Mhm.
And we talked kind of back and forth about some ideas that he was talking
Yeah,
about.
Onyx is the goat. He's
Yeah,
the
Onyx is
goat.
fantastic.
He's
the
incredible.
goat.
Absolutely.
His
He literally-
program is just insane.
He saved the fucking community. I'm being
Oh,
so real.
legit.
No
hands
one's
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I first, of course, knew about him because he started posting actually good quality Dream Theater customs.
Yes.
Yes.
Back during the audition mode.
He's a
era.
Yeah.
great custom
Yeah,
creator.
it was like Onyx and Maze Geek.
Yes.
Maze Geek. Or shout out to Jared Fiedel. So,
Yes, no, yeah,
Dilly.
it was Jared, Onyx, and then Grins. For, like,
Yeah,
Grins.
Grins is a
Grins.
legend.
And all,
goods.
I
and
still
all those
play
guys
stuff.
are still doing stuff. You
Yeah.
know, it's great.
Yeah, they're all still around.
They're all in
dude.
Brady's community. They're all chilling.
Dude,
you
like
know?
I said,
Yep.
you can't ever escape the
You
guitar
can't.
and rock band curse.
Nope,
You never as a
nope.
kid.
You'll come
in
back
2009.
eventually.
Now-
But
It's
I'm
in
excited,
your
I'm
DNA.
excited about Elite Drums because for me, my start playing fake drums, right, was Drum Mania, the Bimani series.
Mm.
Yeah, dude.
And Elite Drums to me looks like combining the best of Clone Hero drums and Drum Mania stuff.
Yeah, you know, I would no. I want to pick your brain about if you ever tried phase shift true drums.
I have not tried phase shift. I've seen
Ooh.
some videos.
Yeah,
It didn't look that appealing to me, to be
yeah,
honest.
because like it has the hi hat control, but the problem is there's 7 lanes. It's
Yeah.
7 lanes, and it's like the regular rock band highway, and so it's just really tiny notes that you have to read
Let me move this guitar
7
over
in a
real
row.
quick.
It's crazy.
Okay, sure.
Kind of forgot that it was there.
Yeah, no, I saw some videos of it. One of the things that kind of stopped me was, at least from what I was able to see at the time, a lot of the charts and charters that I really enjoyed weren't making charts for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't.
There's
True
actually a
drums.
lot of like true drums charts like out there now. I wouldn't say
This
that
was
they're,
quite a
like-
while
they're,
back,
like
so yeah.
perfect. They're not like perfect, but like people actually use phase shift true drum video previews just to learn a song.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense to me. I think I even I may have said this the other night. I'm not sure, but to me, like, yeah, with something like phase shift tree drums or Yarg's Elite Drums, or even just Clone here with Dynamics.
Yeah.
If I were gonna be playing an actual gig, someone said, "Hey, last minute, our drummer dropped out. We need you to play these songs. You have no time to rehearse them. We just need you to play them right now." I would ask for like the click to be synced up with the Clone Hero chart instead
Dude,
of giving me sheet
That'd be
music,
so perfect.
and it would sound
Literally.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
because
yeah.
like drum charters, like I mean, you know, like they get the BPM even better than like the tempo maps even better than
Yeah,
guitar
exactly.
charters in a way, because like
important.
it's much more integral to follow the drums,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, Clone Hero charts are often more accurate than official transcripts released by the people the band hired to do the transcript.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually the
That's
transcribes
common
it's
everywhere,
Just, it's just kind
yeah.
of like, hey, this is the general groove, and then here's some like really complicated fill or something here and there, but
mean,
it's
like,
not.
No,
It's not the exact same thing. So like, yeah, shout out to charters.
Yeah,
Shout out to charters.
We love you.
Thank you. We love you.
I'm a charter.
Yeah, no, there you go.
I do guitar though. Yeah, I haven't charted drums. Like it seems very daunting in a way because it's different.
I
Than
I
guitar.
have one authoring credit to my name, and that's
yeah?
it. Yeah.
What song?
So I did QA work for Rhythm Authors for quite a while. And they
Is
really?
it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You know
that.
that they're the ones working on Fortnite Festival,
I'm
right?
aware.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'm really
good,
happy
good,
to hear
good.
that.
Yeah,
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 Rhythm
that's
Authors
awesome, man.
they're fantastic people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rhythm Authors. We love them. They're
yeah,
great.
so I was doing
For
QA
real.
for them during the like RBN 1.0.
Yeah,
like,
Network
era
One,
stuff.
yep.
Yeah, and a little bit during 2.0. Some QA. I only ever got one chance to do authoring though, and it was Selkies.
Really? No
You charted
way.
Selkies?
I charted the drum part for Selkies.
Dude, that's one of like
yeah.
What?
That's one of my favorite.
That's a
between
really
the
good
Bury Me
chart.
songs
And
to
like
play.
it was like
That's
one of the the highlights of Guitar Hero 2 Customs back in like 06. Like everyone kind of knew what Selkies was, and then that came to Rock Band Network and was like
It was a big deal.
Like
Yeah.
it's so good. I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yep. And even for customs, it's funny. The charter Bloodline or
Yes.
Soundhaven,
Yes.
he took the Rock Band Network chart and like cleaned it up slightly, and then kind of released a custom of it. I really appreciate it. He still kept my name in like in the authoring credits for that.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
that- for
Now
that- for that chart.
now it's kind of coming
And,
back to me.
Yeah, well, he messaged me. He was just like, "Hey, did you do the drums for Selkies in this?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "No wonder I didn't have to clean up very much." It's like,
Oh,
it
that's
was
nice.
really,
Because
it was
That's
really-
awesome.
Well,
yeah,
I,
it's
you know,
really
it,
awesome to say that to me.
well, it's funny because I feel like you'd really get this. Like being really good at the game helps a lot with charting because
Yes.
It does.
You're
I think
able,
it's,
yeah.
it helps. It's not sufficient. It doesn't by itself make you a good charter.
But it's like you can look
but-
at something and
yeah.
be like, like that might be accurate, but it looks like ass, like that kind of thing.
Like what do you feel on open hi hat on blue? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Not a fan.
Nope, never
no
been a
one's
fan.
No one's a fan.
Nobody likes it. Nobody just put it on yellow. Who cares?
Or
I,
just, or God forbid, it's like Battery by Metallica and it's hi-hat on green.
Green.
Now here's a more, I think, actually difficult question to answer. There's more reasonable debate potentially on it when it comes to hi-hats. What do you think of mapping open hi-hats to accents?
You know what? I don't hate it, and sometimes it bugs me when I don't see it. Because like I played through the entirety. I did full game FC World Tour, and I saw some open hi-hat like and then it would be an accent, and I was like, that's an interesting way to do that. Like, I remember playing that for the first time. I was like, that's definitely not how it works. That is not how that shit works. It's more definitely like it's a visual cue, if anything. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm like not too upset about it, because like you're still playing it intended, but in a way, I feel like when you do actually use the hi-hat to do that, you are hitting a bit harder, a little harder.
It depends. You can have soft dynamics on an open hi-hat. Like,
Yeah.
that does
Yeah.
exist. And so that's why always turning into an accent is not going to be 100% accurate. But if you think about it, like you said, from a visual representation standpoint, it does help that stand out, helps you understand the sonic difference.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. And like someone could see that and be like, okay, if I take this to a real kit and I learn how to hi-hat control, then there's a cue.
Yeah, and you kind of have to make some allowance for the fact that because there is no hi-hat pedal, you have no really appropriate way of representing that.
You don't.
Exactly.
In
Yeah.
the chart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it does feel weird, but like sonically, you can hear it's a very soft open hi-hat, but it's an accent, and so you have to hit it hard. Well, you don't have to, but if you want the points,
You want the extra points, right?
Yeah, it seems like the type of problem where like there's not really a good solution. You know,
No.
like it's just like I downloaded because I've been getting back in so I had never played pro drums up until like 2 weeks ago because I only ever played
Oh,
Fortnite.
really?
Yeah, and so like
This guy had a Mylar Ion kit
yeah, I still have it. I still
with
have
no
it.
symbols. He's like,
Yeah.
the symbols are gone or they
And-
broke or whatever.
Yeah, and I told Alec, I was like, I fucking hate this thing so much, because it was great when I was a kid. It was great, but
Loud as fuck.
I was playing a bunch of the old charts that I used to play from Rock Band 2 DLC, like all the Rush stuff, like the Camera Eye, like Red Barcade.
I
like,
still think Red Barcade is a great chart.
yeah, no, it's
super
a
fun.
lot of fun. But I downloaded Onyx's fixes, and there's one part in Limelight that has open hi-hat on blue that's like fucked up my brain, and so I downloaded Onyx's and it's just yellow. I'm like, this is so much nicer to play, like, But I had to make all my symbols purple for now because it's like training wheels,
Don't you have purple toms? I think, or purple snare or something. You have a.
I do have
specific color profile,
purple
yeah.
purple toms,
Purple
for my
toms,
Clone
yeah.
Hero profile, which I completely stole from Mitch Greenham.
Really?
Yeah, Mooch.
Shout out
Yes,
to Mitch, dude.
Moochaloo,
I
yeah.
just shit my
Yeah.
pants. Sorry, I had to bring that one in.
Cool,
Yeah.
man.
No, Mitch absolutely stomped me in the Icebreaker tournament, and then I talked to him afterwards, and said, I actually really like your color profile. I was like, yeah, here you go. He just sent it to me.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
I tweaked a couple of things from it, but the silver gray symbols and the purple toms, like, this actually stands out really, really well.
You want to watch some sick dynamic stuff? Go watch his Guns of Summer FC on Clone Hero.
Absolutely.
It is insane. He follows every single dynamic. I think he like
nuts.
actually plays Deadly Dynamics on Clone Hero, which is like you have to accurately play the dynamic each
Deadly
time, or else
Dynamics
you miss.
is so fun, and it's
Yeah.
so hard, and it's so hard to get you never find a good threshold in the settings.
Yeah,
for that.
exactly. I'm just getting into that like hell, for my thresholds and stuff. Because like I was playing World Tour with my Rollins, and then I missed. I was playing like Purple Haze or something. And I was like, no, and I like activated Star Power. I was like, what happened? And I was like, and all my signals went off.
That's a legendary clip.
And I was like,
It's
oh
for real.
my
But you
god,
fixed it.
You're just
I
like
did fix it.
What did
Well,
you do to fix
on
it?
every pad and every
What's that?
symbol.
What did
His
you do to
brain
fix
was
it?
just
No,
off.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I just went. I have a TD17, and so I went into the sensitivity. I was like, everything was on like 13 or 14, and I was like, no way.
Yeah, so when you get a brain like that, you just factory reset it, and then because that's what
Well,
when
I got it brand new. I didn't even
Really?
get. Yeah, I bought that
That's
shit
so
brand
weird
new.
that they had them that high because I went on Reddit because I was I was having a bunch of issues with my sensitivity, and people were like, "Yo, anytime you get that shit, use factory reset it because you never know." Because whoever owned it before me
I got
was
from
playing it as an
Sweetwater,
e-kit.
man. And I
Yeah.
had the dude call me like every week. Hey
Oh,
man,
yeah,
you
they-
like your stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, when I got a guitar off there, they did the same thing to me.
Thanks, Joey.
Yeah.
That's so funny because my sensitivity is pretty low. I got about as low as I can reasonably get it, I think, and yet still, if I clack my sticks together,
Yeah,
the snare in particular,
It'll go
that's
off.
will trigger. Yeah.
that's incredible.
You gotta be
In the
careful.
worst way. to this day.
These are problems I
to
just
this
don't
day.
have using my Goodwood mod Rock Band 1 kit. I mean, we're in the clear here.
Oh, shout out to Goodwoods. My goodness.
Yeah, I gave my good ones to Alec, but
JP
I
gave
had
me
him.
Goodwood, so
I
have
went
them.
from my progression was that I had a Rock Band 2 kit, and then I got a Excel pad from Ryan from Rock Band Parts, right?
From
Ryan,
Band
for,
Parts.
Ryan from Rock Band
I'm
Parts.
very familiar with Ryan from
I'm
Rock
sure.
Band Parts.
And so got the Excel pads, and then eventually I got the good ones, and then I got the ions, and then I mesh head mounted the ions.
That's fantastic. I think
Yeah.
Ryan from Rock Band Parts is breeding pit bulls now.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. That's how you know it's true because he knows it too.
I didn't. I swear on my life, I didn't bring that shit up. I found out about that from Elliot from Toy Machine.
Oh, well, he and I are still friends on Facebook. So I just see his
go.
posts all the time.
Yeah,
That's
probably. He
insane.
probably just shared that shit and was like, "Yeah, Ryan from Rock Band Parts."
Yeah,
doing
what a
this
what a
now."
guy, man! What a guy! You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
like
It's so
he
fucking funny.
clearly
it's
did-
true.
he clearly did well with that business. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, and now he's breeding pit bulls.
I mean, speaking of Goodwoods, though, you know who I just found out is actually in Texas now? Not DFW, but in Texas. I buy it pretty hard.
Really?
He's in Austin now,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
and he
That's
got a gig as a drummer with a local band.
Really?
That's awesome.
He's
He's
been
Oh, yeah, no,
posting
he
videos.
posted
on
that
YouTube.
video.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm in a band now."
Yeah.
and
he's a
it's
great
fire.
drummer.
That's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, watching
Didn't
like
know that.
bite-sized beats. You know, that's how I learned "Guns of Summer," the chorus. And I was like, I really have to have this level of hand-eye coordination and lock in this hard for it. So I sat down a whole afternoon. And I was like, yeah, cold as winters. Yeah, like I heard that over and over
So
again.
you're going for the double FC, right? Drum
Yeah.
box or
Drum box. I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I mean,
It'd be insane.
Goddamn.
No, I think I could FC Guns of Summer. That'd be crazy.
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
I
pro.
want to.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do it on pro. I want to do it.
So
Deadly Dynamics.
No. Oh,
Nah.
okay. Rock Band 2 chart. So there's no dynamics.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
So there's another guy that popped up recently that used to be on a team called Team Biohazard. His name is Punk Aaron, and I was talking to him and he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, like I'm still really good friends with the guy who got the first ever FC of Guns of Summer. This guy, what's his name? PD?
PD 527.
Yeah, PD 527." And I rewatched the video and I was like it just brought memories flooding back. Like
Dude had
the
like
reaction.
a blanket on his
Yeah,
ions.
Like I
Yep.
vividly remember this. You know.
I don't think I ever met PD527, but I definitely know the name.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, no, he was definitely one of the dudes that came back when lockdown was happening and everyone was like online again, and so he was posting like with HD capture card, split screen, all over again.
I love it.
Yeah,
He was
No,
drumming on Omegle. He's got some shorts of that.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
there you
yeah.
go, man. Yeah, you want to be the dude, but for drums.
Yeah,
that's fire.
exactly.
That's sick.
I like
actually.
that idea.
Yeah.
He wanted to see people like sing along with the beat.
Oh yeah, just like rap or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Or,
Like, well,
or
he'd
sing
play
along
a
to it.
song and said he'd
Yeah,
see if
yeah,
they
yeah.
if they realize what it is and then they sing it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
there's only a couple of them up. I think he privated a lot of his videos. Guns of Summer is still up.
Oh yeah, good. I'm glad
But
that one's still.
A lot of people have unfortunately like private. I get why. Like they were kids. Like they private a lot of their old. Like you have a ton of videos privated.
Well, that's because I got fucking hacked, man.
Oh yeah,
And then you had to manually unprivate everything.
I had to
It's just
manually
like,
unprivate.
well, that can stay private. you
Yeah.
know?
terrible.
No, it's actually like such a treat when you come across like some old YouTube channel you watch as a kid. It's like, oh my god, it's all still here.
It's all still
Everything's
here.
still here.
Yeah.
It's great. Like Elliot's really good at that. Like every video that Elliot's ever uploaded, it's like it's
Rest in
still
peace,
there.
Die Brit.
Except for Die Brit.
Yeah.
Except for Die Britney.
Well, one of Elliot's best videos is his review of the Logitech Guitar Hero drum set because it was
Yeah.
so fucking bad. I have one. It's
Oh,
just
yeah, you
sitting
got-
in my
Yeah,
garage.
JP does have one. You
Yeah.
got it for like $30.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Shane
no, no,
Shane
no,
got
no.
it for me.
So yeah,
So
Zephyr.
he needs to FC Guns of Summer on that kid,
Dude,
right?
oh my god, imagine. I'm not using them.
Oh,
Next time I'm in your state, I'll
yo,
bring them
what,
to you.
what was like the best FC you got on like a stock kit?
Trying to remember what I got on a stock kid versus not.
Probably like
Maybe
really early days before you even figured out what that Roland's
So
could
wire
work.
it
yeah.
up,
So
right?
I want to say Tom Sawyer. Maybe I think I got that on a stock kit.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, you said you also got a 4-play long time, and that was like a big
Yes, I
deal.
did get foreplay long time on a stock kit. Yeah.
Because everyone was like, "How do you play this intro?" And you're just like, "It's like this."
Yeah. You just double stroking
Yeah,
the,
double stroke
snare.
the red.
Well, because double stroking was a brand new technique that no one had heard of before.
Yeah.
At that point.
on fake drums.
All these
See, like,
gamers.
on fake drums when you gamify, like that's how I learned like paradiddles. It's because like Roundabout from Rock Band 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
Okay.
mean? Because I was like,
That's the
this
paradiddle
is
song.
so sick. It's a paradiddle song.
Yeah, but if you want to paradiddles earlier, you just download the Rush stuff. You know, like
Or if you wanted to be really sad, you play Constant Motion. You know,
Oh,
the yellow blue section on a Rock Band 1 kit.
I've got a story about that actually.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, well, let's
Yeah.
hear it.
The story. So, I don't know if y'all know this. For a little while, I Am Chris for Life was trying to get into Rock Band drums,
Oh, really?
and so
Yes,
Yeah.
he had one video of him playing Panic
Interesting.
Attack.
Yep.
I remember.
well, there was another. I think it.
Oh, wait, I remember that now, too. He held the sticks in a weird way.
But yeah, I think there was another video that I think may have gotten taken down or private or something of him doing constant motion. He had messaged me a couple of times asking me like kind of for tips on how to handle it. And I was like, you're supposed to just double stroke it. He was like,
You're supposed to what?
heyo. So what he ended up doing was during that section, he got up from the throne and like went perpendicular to the drum kit and then just natural sticks, right, left.
What the
Just
hell?
up-
Oh
just
my
up and
God,
down
no
across the-
way.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't try that too.
So I've told this story to a couple of people. More people than I realized did that or did something
There you
like
go.
that for that
It died.
section.
All right. JP's camera's dead. You only get these two.
Bye-bye,
You
camera.
get this one and you
Right.
get this one.
That's
Good
all right.
audio cue at least.
Yeah.
That's
No,
all right. That's
no,
all right.
but like I think I probably tried that and I was like, this is not how you're supposed to do this. Because at least there's time for you to stand up and do it, and then it's one blue hit and you have
Yep.
one beat to just go sit back down normally.
And like, I am not going to be a technique purist about this. I'm absolutely in favor of just whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of techniques, man, we met at round 1 because you saw my tweet about towel
Towel.
hyperspeed.
Yeah,
on the
real quick
GH
before we get into that,
arcade.
we were at the round 1 in Grapevine,
In
Texas.
Grapevine, Texas.
Really good round 1, by the way. That's a much better
Like the
one
best
than
round
the
one in the
Arlington one.
U.S. now.
Way better than ours.
Largest
was
round
great.
one in the U.S. too.
Yeah.
Or
So-
was for a while.
I came in there with a goal of trying to FC Surfing with the Alien
You got
on
very
Guitar
close.
Arcade
Very,
because
very
that is the
close.
only song on the Guitar Arcade that's never been FC'd ever. The only one. Everything else has been done. But Alec gave it a few tries. You UFC'd solo 2D, the second set of trills.
Yeah.
And then I probably gave that shit probably 20 tries.
You got a really good. You
I-
probably have like world record, maybe. Who knows?
I got 315K. That's the highest score I got. But I FC'd the second set of trills, and I got to my best run in the first set of trills was like the very last fret change.
Mhm.
So I like it goes, I got the very last set. That was where I missed, like the transition into it. But the rest of that I FC'd though. So like it was a really good run. It got very close. Regardless, we're at the round 1, and then we tried doing hyperspeed, the towel hyperspeed. So I was wearing like an overshirt. So I took that off and we draped it over the GH arcade.
we tied it around the
And
sign.
Jay Prez was holding up one
Like,
side.
yeah.
and you
I
I was
tied
able to
the
like
other
tie
That was
one
an
side on the
old
side,
school
and J
beat
Press
media
held it.
technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
no.
it was my idea. I was like, yo, I'm like, why don't we just try like towel speed?
And it kind of helped. It
Yeah,
kind of helped
we
a
might
little
as-
bit.
We might as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like nobody got mad at us.
No one
Like,
cared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no. And so I took a picture of that and I was like, hell no, they got towel hyperspeed at round 1. Some guy sees it and is like, you guys here? You guys still here at round 1? Because no. Who pinged you about it, or you just saw it on your?
So
feed?
in a Facebook group chat for people who it's kind of a long-standing group chat from back when the Arlington Round 1 first opened up.
Mhm.
So just a lot of kind of local rhythm gamer people, for the money in particular. Sent a message there. It's like, hey, it looks like a Acai. It happens to be at Round 1 DVM. I'm like, really? I was like, do you know if he's still there?
Yeah, dude. We were still
We were there for a
Yeah,
long
I
time that
saw.
night.
So they were doing karaoke, and then I saw your comment that was like,
Yeah, Jake showed me. Jake
So I
showed me.
Yeah,
messaged Jake.
because
Yeah.
Oh
JP
my
messaged
God.
me, saw the tweet, and he was like, "You have
Like-
to show Alec this," because you were like outside or something like that at the time.
yeah, I was outside.
and I was close enough, and I was like, "Yo, Alec, check this out."
Yeah, I was playing Guitadora. And
Oh,
then
nice.
Jake came
Guitar or
over.
drums?
I was playing guitar. Someone was on. There were 2 guys just like on the drums.
There were
I
a lot
really
of
wanted to
people
play.
on drums last
Yeah, I was
night.
We
surprised.
got
Yeah,
a handful of actually really good players on drums around
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's
Like,
pretty
I love.
cool.
Every time I go to round 1, I at least want to try to get on Drum Mania at least once.
It's so much
It's
fun.
real fun.
Every
It's real
time I try, I fail out. I can't read
fun.
it.
Yeah, I got used to it because they had Through the Fire and Flames and Giving Chocolate on there at some point, and so I was like, I know how to play these songs. I will figure out how to read it
Yeah.
from this game, and thankfully, I had played enough so I can actually read it, and so I can actually just kind of very like simple sight reads. Maybe I won't pass every single song, but it's like simple sight reads. It feels good.
The placement of the left symbol is so weird.
It is very weird.
is so
It is very
strange.
weird. Like the red symbol
Yes.
is
the
definitely
red symbol
But
is real and it will
I'll
hurt you.
also say it also told me playing open handed is not a bad thing. It's like, bro, just play open handed.
Playing
Drum-
open-handed
drum
is
mania-
great.
Drum Mania is why I play open-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
'cause I got started on Drum Mania, so I just developed the habit of playing
Do
open-handed.
you play the PC version?
Of Drum Mania?
With your rolls.
I have a little bit. I played GTX Mania. I played the official Konaste version, whatever the home version of
Yeah.
Drum Mania as well. I can never get the sync feeling right, like the latency. It
You know-
never feels right.
I want to say, you remember who Dragon Taser?
Absolutely. Yeah.
He actually put up a couple videos of him playing DTX Mania.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Yeah, he's a
fantastic.
monster.
Well,
Yeah.
he and I are both in a Get Into Our Discord together.
Yeah,
as
there
well.
you go. All right.
And so like, yeah, I see him posting crazy scores and stuff all the time, and of
It's
course,
just mesmerizing
I-
watching him play with that layout. And it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, that's crazy.
well, it was so cool to see that he also was kind of an old school Drum Mania player like me, because the first
Yeah,
time that
yeah,
I found out about Dragon Taser,
But
I
it makes-
think he was by Dragon Delgar now.
Yeah, Dragon Delgar, yep.
But was because of his Creatures of Deception FC.
Oh my god.
Oh
on
man.
the, on the
Yeah,
Rocket
no,
Network,
he was
which-
super
yeah.
technical and like he was doing otherworldly shit like on the game. And I was like, he passed West Side Story, I think.
Yes.
Wow.
Or, no, it was either West Side. It was either West Side Story or
Channel One Suite.
or well, I was gonna say Epidermis.
Oh, it may have been
It may have been
Epidermis. You're right.
Epidermis or West Side
What a
Story.
classic.
Both
What
of
a
those.
classic.
Yeah, you should.
And
for,
Delgar is still active. Like he
Yeah.
got second place in the most recent tournament that
Yes.
Drummers Monthly did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome.
yeah, I was gonna say like someone needs to FC Epidermis. It's 2024. It just has
Dude,
to
didn't
happen.
Mazegi like get close?
He got
like,
extremely
like,
close.
He got like
on
3.5
Rock Band
minutes
3.
in or something.
He got to the insane drum solo,
Yeah.
like with the fucking horn hits. He made it up to there. That's like the final part of.
It doesn't make sense in my brain what's going on.
Yeah.
I can't comprehend.
Someone needs to. It will not be me, but someone needs to.
Hey,
Some
Deadly
guy
Dynamics?
should do that.
Yeah.
Deadly Dynamics, bro.
Oh, Deadly Dynamics on Epidermis. No, thank you.
Yeah, Venetian snares anything, man.
Deadly Dynamics on sequence drums in general just seems really
No,
cruel.
what's
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
What's the point? What are we doing here?
I mean, sequence drums like you. I know you play those drum remixes that like Zane 60 and Bloodline. They got those guys.
That's a little bit
Sound
different.
Haven.
Well, because they of course make those remixes specifically with this in mind.
Yes.
And so, some of the remixes that that Soundhaven and Zane and others have done are even like
They're the
Lethal
best.
Lasagna. They're fantastic.
Yeah, Lethal Lasagna. Yeah.
Lasagna.
Are fantastic. Probably one of my hands down favorite one is a relatively recent one that Soundhaven did in the last year. He mashed up "The Way the News Goes" by Periphery with an Ariana Grande song.
That sounds
Ooh.
exactly like what he would do.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
It's so much fun. He even like pitch shifted the intro to "The Way the News Goes" up to match the key of the
That's
Ariana
so
Grande
sick.
song.
Wow.
And it not only is it super fun to play sonically, like musically it fits. Like it's
People love mashups. They love it. They
Oh,
love
yeah.
that shit.
it was so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry if I got off track there.
No, it's
No, we're
fine.
just
It's fine.
I don't even know what track
Yeah,
we
we're just
were
hanging
on.
out.
Yeah.
So
So anyway, so someone messages me that's that you're at round one, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's worth a shot. And so I just said, I'm gonna message and then see if I can start heading up there just in case. And I was able to get catch up with y'all and.
Yeah, we
really-
have you here.
really
We have you
happy.
here right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
exactly right.
I was
the
very
episode.
excited.
Which thank you for
Yeah.
letting us have you on and stuff.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a party crasher, so I was trying to be respectful and keep my distance. But I wanted to at least say hi if I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's genuinely an honor to have you on because like
Yeah, for real.
of you and all those guys, like you and like Gurn Killer and like Blindzor and
Blindzor, yep.
and iBite and Azurite as well. It's
Another old school drum mania player as well.
Yeah.
Yep,
No. I
yes.
remember when he had his 2 Goodwood set up playing Drum Mania. I
Yeah,
was like,
he did.
what is
Oh
this?
my-
This
I
is
remember that
so
too.
cool.
Yeah,
I
he
remember
had like one higher up.
You
than
know,
the other.
he has a second channel with all those videos unmuted.
Really?
Oh, really?
It's
I
on
didn't
his
know that.
Azurite Vlogs
Because,
channel.
yeah, because he was a victim of like the early copyright.
Oh, dude,
debacles
I
on
went to
YouTube,
go
where it's like,
watch.
WMG is blocking all my videos or whatever.
Yeah.
They just muted everything and just
Yeah,
like,
I went-
replaced the audio with some random song that doesn't make sense.
that I watched a Camera Eye by Rush, and that was exactly what it was. And I just started cracking up because
It's
I was
just
like,
jazz,
this just
jazz fusion.
it was just
music
funny
playing
because like
off the rip.
back then it was
frame
annoying,
one.
but now it's like wow, it's actually kind
It's
of funny.
funny.
Like
Sign of the times.
Yeah.
Um,
and now YouTube's going through another like
you just
copyright.
got
Yeah,
hit.
apparently so. Like Green Day, especially. Like, so I have a video of every single song of every single game on my YouTube channel. So it's actually a good indication of like what songs or what artists are getting blocked at any given moment. So Green Day is definitely one of them because out of the 51 videos in the Green Day Rock Band playlist of mine, only one is viewable. The 50 other ones are blocked for no good reason. This just happened. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. Yeah. I'm stressed a little bit actually
Fantastic.
because I try to keep all of them viewable. Now I have like 100 copyright disputes to write, so it's like cool, fun. I guess.
Oh, man.
dude is like
Yeah.
They sure do make it easy on you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I hate copyright disputes.
Yeah, it's like like
Nothing's changed since 2009. This sounds
Literally
like
nothing.
No,
WMG.
nothing's
Yeah.
changed.
On my YouTube
Or was it
profile picture was
UMG
like
back then?
it was Universal Music Group
Yeah,
and it was like a
UMG.
circle with a cross through it. That was like legitimately my profile.
Well, I remember
picture.
like JLC went through like a bit of a battle with that too.
GLC had like 3 different channels that he was
Yeah,
posting
man.
to
like,
because he didn't want to get his main
He went through
channel
like
going.
legal stuff with them, and he ended up being able to get everything back up.
I lost his channel permanently,
Yeah,
so like that's gone.
yeah.
Bill TV show, I don't even know what happened. I think he was okay for a little bit.
Mhm.
I think, but yeah, no, just that whole copyright thing. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
15,
It's
16
better, but
years
like
later.
Not
history
by
doesn't
much.
repeat, but it does
Yeah.
rhyme,
Yeah,
and it's rhyming.
It's one of the reasons I started just going to Twitch instead. And just
Yeah,
they
you're
still,
pretty-
they still
yeah,
get,
free
you still
there.
get VOD muted, but at least you can.
Yeah, who
you can
cares,
stream.
man?
Hey, go on TikTok.
Do I
yeah.
go on TikTok?
No, but, like just upload the TikTok because they, there's ways to get around it.
people love
Okay.
Clone Hero drums on there.
They
Like,
do.
I have not messed around with TikTok just
Yeah.
because they got the whole vertical
Vertical.
recording stuff.
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is a
weird.
difficult transition because you have
But
to
I-
change your way of thinking.
Yeah, you
with
have to change
editing.
your way of thinking with it. But the thing that I love seeing is people doing Clone Hero drums full albums streams like
Yeah.
all the time. And so I know you're no stranger to marathons.
Yeah.
In principle, yeah.
Yeah. How long was that stream? 50 something hours?
Yeah, so if you're talking about Drum Hell 2,
I am.
yeah, I did the practice marathon first on my own before I went
Yeah,
up with,
yep,
with
yep.
Freak. That one was like 26 hours or something like that.
Wow.
But no, the one that me and Freak did. Shout out to Sean, by the way.
Yeah.
Sean Fika was.
We love you,
amazing.
Sean.
Yes, amazing.
For real,
to
we
do
love
that
you, man.
He's
marathon
doing
with.
fantastic.
He
work with
watches.
rhythm authors.
He watches,
Yeah.
by the way. He comments on these videos.
Oh, awesome.
So
Yeah.
he'll
Sean,
see
your
me.
Hi,
mixes are
Sean.
good. You make great mixes.
Yes, you do. He's an amazing guy. It was
He's a
so
wizard.
fun to do the marathon with. But no, so yeah, the marathon that he and I did through all the DLC at the time was 56 and a half hours.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He was telling me in chat, there's like, someone asked me, is like, yo, have you ever fell asleep in the middle of a song? Sean immediately goes, I sure as hell have. I was up for 2 days.
Yeah, no, we kind of faded in and out while still playing somehow. Well,
insane.
because we were
Autopilot.
trying to follow the Guinness regulations, right? And so we were having to go for 8 hours at a time with 15-minute breaks in between each 8-hour stretch. And so that includes food, bathroom breaks, all that.
That's a pretty rushed
I was
15
gonna say,
minutes.
like,
yeah,
it's like the,
it's,
probably you're looking forward to the 15 minutes a lot. I don't know.
Um,
I'm just
Yeah,
imagining.
it could be. You also just kind of lose track of time through a lot of it. Like, I remember, and the absolute worst part was, by the way, we did this in ascending difficulty order, is how we sorted the
Oh
songs.
my! So
Wow.
So
that's probably
easiest.
good. You'd fall asleep on the easy songs later,
Yeah.
so get them out
No,
right,
no,
right
no.
away.
The worst was not the easiest. No, it was that middle section, like
like
threes and
moderate,
fours. Yeah, the
moderate and nightmare,
moderate
because
difficulty.
they can be boring as hell.
Yeah.
Because they're usually they're boring as all get out, except for like one or two parts here
Yeah.
and there on some of the songs, not all of them. So
Sure.
it's
So like
just
a fill,
so
like
you can't just zone out and just do the same pattern through the whole song because there's just enough variation, but it's still so boring. that was the worst part. I remember I had this really weird experience, like getting like quasi tunnel vision towards the TV, and then it looked like the TV was like expanding and moving towards me,
That's not healthy, man.
to where it felt like I was sitting like right in front of the TV playing.
Bro's
That's wild.
hallucinating,
I
playing
had not
rock
moved
band
at all,
drums.
but that was the perception that I was having.
That's amazing to hear.
That lasted for probably like an hour or two.
wow.
God.
Wait, so you just straight up dissociated for an hour or two?
Something like that, yeah.
You're just like I'm just gonna keep playing.
You're a stronger man.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like,
what
I
else
gotta
was I
do
gonna
it-
do?
gotta
Exactly.
do it for the record, man. Like,
Yeah,
what
the
else?
record's
I'm
right
not,
there.
I'm not pulling out. We're already in here.
Well, the record, and we were streaming it on UStream, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
and
Yes.
and we were doing it was for charity too.
Yep. Yeah. I just remember tuning into Drum Hell 2. I was like, they're really doing Drum Hell 2. There's like, how many songs were in Drum Hell 1 at that point? Like in Rock
Drum
Band?
Hell 1 was like I think 300 or so.
Yeah, and see, I was
songs.
like, yeah, 300 songs. I was like, okay.
That's
Not
reasonable.
too bad.
Manageable.
And then Drum Hell 2 was like,
I want to say it was like 545 songs.
We had a lot more DLC at that point.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. Because it was Rock Band 1 and then Rock Band 2, right?
Yeah, this was January 2009, so Rock
Yep.
Band 2 is still pretty new. It
Yeah,
just
after
came out a couple
Christmas.
of months before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think it came out after, or you guys did it after it came out on PS3, I think.
I think so. Yeah, so we recorded it in January 2009.
Yeah, okay.
And so yeah, we made sure we all had, we both had bought all the DLC legitimately.
Yeah.
At that point, it's actually a little, maybe slightly depressing how little we had to like buy extra to get the complete set when we decided to do this, because we just already had
already had
almost
it.
all of it anyway.
Just a big fan.
Yeah, I mean,
Every week was just like, wow, that's great. I'll pick it up.
yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
I mean, it was a lot more affordable back then too. You
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah, $2.
Yep.
Every song. It was always $2.
Yep.
Up until 2024, the January this year, they're still selling songs. $2,
Mhm.
and now they're 500 V-Bucks.
in Fortnite, and that's like.
But Fortnite's a free game, so
Yes, it's way
it is
different.
definitely
Way
There's a different
different.
scale there.
Way
It's
different.
definitely different.
It's not
I
apples
have
to apples,
I
but
have to
still.
I have to keep on reminding myself that Fortnite is entirely free.
Yes.
So like they can
And
charge $5.
you don't even have to pay for any song if you don't want to.
Nope.
If you play it every Thursday,
Every week,
you can
yeah.
play every brand new song forever for free
Yep, and if your
for
friend,
24 hours.
yeah, and if your friend has a song, they don't have to co-own it. You
Yeah.
know, like it's not like Rock Band where everybody has
If
to
I
own the
wanted
same
to do
thing.
Drum Hill when Drums drops on that
Yeah,
game.
and guess what?
I can
We
force
all have
somebody
all
to
the
come with me.
songs
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
So
Epic gives them
it's-
to us. Thanks, Epic.
You know, I might want to do Drum Hill for Fortnite.
That could be fun.
Dude,
How
Drum
many
Hell when
songs is
Pro
that gonna
Drums
be?
drops.
They currently have like 300 songs in the game,
Okay,
and it's only been
so-
like 6 months.
So you're looking
In-
at
in
you're looking
9
at
months.
probably roughly 30-ish hours.
They
for
said,
that
yeah,
many
you know what?
songs?
Someone calculated it because Kyle Wynn was like, can someone like calculate all this together? And it was like 14 hours of songs
Man.
or something like that, not including the original songs
That's
that
light
Epic
work.
made for the game.
Light
14
work.
Yeah, like
Can
there's a
do
lot
that.
of short songs in the game
There
because
are.
Yeah, there
there's a
are.
lot of pop songs. It's
Yeah.
just 1 to 3 minutes essentially, or two
That
to
does
4
matter.
minutes. 2 to 4 minutes. I think like the real snoozers are like playing Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Those are like the only snoozers in the game like to play.
There's
Like,
a
they
few
sound
other
good.
snoozers around. Like that one Styx season song apparently is a bit of a snooze.
I mean, at least it's an earworm. But like with Lady Gaga, she still writes like full pop songs, like 4 or 5 minute full pop songs.
Yeah.
I love her, but playing them or not, it's not it.
Drum Hell Resurrection would be something that
Drum
that I
Hell
would definitely
Resurrection.
watch.
Ooh, I
yeah.
like that. a
Hey,
lot.
I'll get you. Well, yeah, we'll get you on, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to
Get-
come on
get
for?
me- get me on.
Yeah, you want to come on for like 10 songs, or you know?
You want to come on for like 14 hours?
Hey, come on, bro. You down?
It's like, come on, you have to beat your record, right? Like,
Yeah, like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
56 and a half hours.
Hey, we got Guinness here right now. I promise.
Yeah, so it,
heard that before.
yeah.
Twice.
So what's the story there? So that the drum hell was supposed to be for a Guinness
Yeah.
record, but it never ended up happening.
Nope.
Why?
Still don't really know for sure.
Oh wow.
Sean, if you're watching, maybe you can chime in the comments or something.
I'm sure he will.
If you have
I'm
any
sure he will.
additional insight to share, but last that I remember hearing is that the paperwork had been submitted, and of course we had the documentation. We streamed the whole thing and recorded the stream. Guinness, I think, said they were still processing it or whatever, and then just nothing ended up happening.
Wow.
Takes a long time
I
to
think
process.
this would be a good time to pivot to the last thing. Is like people probably know you from the IGN video with Danny,
Right,
and
right.
so that's where the other Guinness thing happened. So
Yeah, it did.
yeah,
And it's a surprisingly, frustratingly similar story. Now, I guess the difference is that IGN was supposed to be handling all that side of things, and I don't know for sure who dropped the ball or if it was even IGN that dropped the ball. So I don't want to cast blame on anyone because I don't really know for sure. All I know is that IGN, was coordinating with Jack, Danny's dad, to come down to film some videos that they wanted to put on their site, and so they wanted to do the Through the Fire and Flames record. They also wanted to do like the highest score, on guitar
yeah.
and
You
drums.
guys did Merciful Fate,
Merciful Fate,
on
yeah.
Guitar and Metallica.
Yep, because it was such a long song.
Yeah, it was like
get
11
the-
minutes, and you could get 1 million both on guitar
Yep.
and drums.
Yep.
So you can get a
And so
ridiculous high score, yeah.
recorded those, and they were we were actually supposed to get 2 world records out of it, through that.
That's crazy.
And
I'm so mad for you.
so,
I
Me too. It's
cannot
insane.
imagine
so
how you
now again,
feel.
all this I'm hearing, second or third hand, right? 'Cause I was
Yeah.
not the point person, right, with Guinness or IGN
Yeah,
getting all
you're
this
just
done.
playing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
they asked you to do
just
something,
playing.
you're gonna go do it.
Sure, it's like, hey, you want to come out and play this stuff for world record? Yeah, all right, maybe this time I'll actually go through. This was after Drum Hell.
Oh my god.
Give them their
and,
chance.
I
you
think
know?
I'd go insane if Drum Hell, if I did all that for Drum Hell and like nothing
I
happened.
mean, the world record was never the real point in the first place.
Yeah, I know, but it was just
But-
like it was for other things, the whole charity cause, and then just doing, just
It-
drumming out on
But I say,
everything
if I'm really
for the
being, if I'm
community.
really being honest, it wasn't like, hey, even the charity thing was great. Even that wasn't our main purpose.
Yeah.
If I'm really being honest, so it wasn't like, hey, we want to do something for charity. Hey, this will work for charity. It's like, no, we want to play through all the songs in a row because
Yeah.
that's just really fun to do. What
Yeah.
else can we do at the same time? What else can we get out of this? Oh, we can make it for charity. Let's make sure we get something good of it. Hey, this might even count as a world record. Like
That makes it, yeah.
The primary thing,
I
if
get
I'm
it,
being
I get it.
completely honest, is just this is a fun thing to do. On a
Yeah,
video game
like might as
device.
well apply.
For
but-
the love of the game. That's what it's all
I
about,
mean,
man.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so we did that for IGN, and same thing. I heard second or third hand that the paperwork had been submitted, and then we just never heard anything. And I kept asking Jack about it. And he was like, we haven't heard anything either. And
Cool,
yeah, I
man.
mean, he had
Cool,
he
dude.
had every incentive to follow up on that because the world record would have counted for Danny too. So
Yeah, and Jack
Yeah.
is like, Jack was like ruthless with that stuff. Like he
I'll
was
say,
very,
nothing is not tenacious.
yeah,
And how
like he, I could see him chasing him down, be like, hey, so what's going on?
Right. The one thing that I really wish had been recorded that was not, I still have no idea why it was never recorded, was they had set up a separate drum kit for me to use. That they took like the piezo sensors from, I guess, a stock kit. I don't exactly know where they got it from, and then they put them inside the shells of an acoustic drum kit.
That's so cool.
So
And
That's,
it works.
that's so cool. Why has nobody like done that? I haven't seen videos of
No,
somebody doing
it
that.
actually worked. Like, it wasn't perfect, but it was like, it was as good and probably better than a stock kit.
Yeah, sure.
we were
you're
using.
playing on a drum set,
Yeah,
and it's
playing a
like,
drum set. It was so cool.
and you don't think that like like the like stick clicking above the snare or me yelling, right? It's just,
Yeah.
How did they not make that? You hit a snare or something, it rings out through the whole room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
because I think I actually have seen, I've been like drilling into the depths of like people who post Clone Hero drums because it's been out for 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
I saw a kid that like wired up sensors. You could literally see the red tape on the sensors, wires going into the kit. And he's like, yeah, it's a drum cover.
Sure.
But like,
yeah.
it's right there. And like, the vibrations and the sounds just set off all the fucking like pads and stuff.
That's
You can see it
insane.
on the screen when he's
Oh,
playing.
that's cool.
But it was like, at the end of the day, he's probably playing it more to play it on drums and just using the game
He's
as a
using it
reference.
for tabs.
Yeah, using it for tabs because it is,
accurate
oftentimes
generally.
better than a
Oh yeah,
tab
it
book.
is. Well, I remember early
transcription.
on, you mentioned Gurn Killer earlier.
Yeah.
He did a drum cover like that of Dead on Arrival. He had the
Yes,
chart,
I remember that.
pulled up.
Yep,
Yeah.
the chart was
on
pulled up.
screen, and he was sitting on an acoustic kit and
Yeah.
just followed the chart note for note, pretty much.
Yeah.
And,
That's when like Azurite did his drum covers too. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
real drums versus rock band, and then everyone's like, play Run to the Hills, and he does Run to the Hills.
of
It just
course,
sounds like shit, probably.
Yeah.
the rock
Well,
on one
hey.
chart of it.
everyone
yeah.
loved Run to the Hills.
Everyone loves that song.
Well, it's
dude.
funny because Run the Hills on drums
BPM
is,
changes during the
oh
solo,
yeah,
man.
no, that
I'm so
cover,
sorry.
that
I'm so
cover
sorry.
is, it's rough.
It's
Like,
yeah.
I swear they cut in different takes. Like,
Oh,
probably
absolutely.
did.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
absolutely.
Wave Group probably like cobbled that together. Like, it's funny though because on real drums, like Run to the Hills is actually kind of simple. It's like very, very
It's just
simple in a
disco
lot of
beat.
ways. Yeah, it's just disco beat
it's
the whole time.
moderately fast, but
Yeah, you
moderately
have to have
fast.
stamina. That's it.
But it's
Stamina
like
dynamics.
almost like a faster Everlong type.
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna say,
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
Everlong.
yeah, it's faster than Everlong,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh man, do you remember? I brought this up to you recently. Do you remember when Blinded by Fear came out? Do you remember the triple stick method?
Oh, I know. I love the triple stick. That's the only
Yeah.
way I could ever
That
do
was
it.
Gurn Killer that did it,
It
man.
was
it
Gurn
was
Killer.
because he was using mallets, marimba.
He was using
techniques.
mallets, yes.
Yeah. He was applying like mallet or marimba technique, but with
Yeah.
regular drumsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Because the
a
layout
great
was
idea.
Yeah.
the layout was like that's how marching band it's laid literally out like that. So it's just hey, I can just do this for the game. It'd be really
Yeah.
funny.
No, once I saw him do that, I tried it. I'm like, oh, I can't do this. Like,
Interesting, because he had the technique.
It's actually quite difficult to
It's hard to-
manipulate the drumsticks
go like
that way.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, to hold two in one hand, it kind of like
Yes.
sturdy
Yeah.
enough so that they could both hit the pad over and over and over again and not move
Yeah.
too much. That's the only way I could ever
And he
pass
did-
that song.
and
I
he
never
even
built
did
up
it
the
on-
stamina enough to be able to actually.
You do
the
need
entire
stamina
time.
for that song.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I never could.
Well, I mean, like what people have told me is like using heavier drumsticks. I use like 7/8 and it's just all in my fingers now instead. It's so
Yeah,
that
I got to
my-
try that
my
because I'm using
stamina-
5As.
My stamina can just like stay.
Well, the 7A is actually really light and thin.
Probably to you, or maybe it was 5As. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe.
Is
So,
it
like,
the lower the lower numbers are the heavier sticks? I think I have like 5As.
Yeah, so I have
5A
5As.
is like standard. Yeah. So
Yeah.
usually what a lot of
Yeah.
the extreme metal guys use are closer to like 2Bs.
That's
and stuff
insane. So
like
they're
that.
fucking
That's-
mallets.
That's a power gig. Rise of the Six String Airstrike guitar or drum controller with two
This guy
AA
was power
batteries
gig,
in the
man.
Yeah,
sticks.
I only-
had to.
I only very
Sorry.
recently started experimenting with larger sticks like that to try to
Yeah.
do stuff like that, and they do help. But I hated larger sticks for so long because one, they just your fingers get tired a lot
Yeah.
faster
Yeah.
using them, and two, cutting my teeth on Drum Mania, the way the sensors worked on the original Drum Mania cabs, you would get so much crosstalk and ghosting if you use really
That's
heavy
insane.
sticks.
Really? So
So-
you
yeah,
use
so you
like,
have to
like
use
So
the
that's
sticks
why
really
really
light
so they
light
use
sticks.
like,
light
yeah,
sticks.
that's why I was using 7As.
That's why they have
and-
like 7As.
Yeah, like they're as
Yeah.
light as like a rock band stock you know.
Oh no,
like,
dude, the lightest ones were like the Guitar Hero stock.
They were
kits.
they
Oh,
were
those
like
things
were
light,
so
like
light.
I
lighter
should
than
have brought my
paper.
Pepsi Rock Band sticks. I forgot about that.
Pepsi Rock Band sticks.
Oh my god.
It's just it's like a laminated like paper sleeve.
You know what?
over,
I feel like that.
regular
Oh,
I
really?
remember
Oh,
this.
But
cool.
they,
Yeah.
they're so light and hollow. It's really weird.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
things
they-
will break easy.
They didn't want you to break the EL kits. Or
Nope.
no, what was it? QM?
Yeah,
Or,
QM.
the
mean,
EL
yeah.
and QM Rock Band 1 kits.
yeah. Well, the EL was not sensitive enough. The QMs were too sensitive. Yeah.
Okay, so the QM is what you sock modded.
Yes,
and the
sock
EL
mod for
is the
QM,
penny
penny,
mod.
for the EL. Yes.
You could do your own
Exactly.
research on that one.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
it's too
that is a
cursed to
whole-
even speak
that's,
about.
Big
that's
rabbit
like
hole.
something people don't do anymore.
No, you
Like,
don't have to.
we-
We're in such a better place now.
Yeah, we
you don't
are.
have to
Oh
worry
my
about
goodness.
this.
so far beyond that.
All I
shit.
remember is that I had the sock mod mine and it felt way better.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
I penny modded my Rock Band 1 kit. Well, no, it was my cousin's Rock Band 1 kit. He had a Wii Rock Band 1 kit. But I had a guy come into my stream recently when I was playing pro drums, and they were like, "Hey, so, you know, like I found the I found the stock Rock Band kit for like $100. Should I buy it?" And I was like, "Do
No.
not buy a stock." I'm like, "Don't buy any Rock Band kits." I'm like, "If you want a cheap drum set, just get an Elite. Just get at least a shit to start.
Yeah.
You know, and then worry about it later. You know, like we've got options now, but back then we didn't have options. It was either get a stock Rock Band kit, get Ions, or you got Rollins. Like that was it.
Even Ions were a fairly late addition.
They were
to
like
the-
2009.
Yeah, like it was after
Yeah, it
Rock
was
Band 2 came
2009.
Yeah,
out.
and I mean
Yeah.
the Ions they're technically just Elisa's with like
Yeah.
It's an
like
Alesis.
pads
It's an
with-
Alesis DM9. I looked it up.
Yeah,
like,
and-
I went on Reverb and I was like, "Oh, that's just an Ion kit."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
I
an
can get it
Ion
for like
kit.
80 bucks.
Yep.
Yeah, and those shits were $300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I got a roadie kick box for mine, you know, because I was using a drum like a
Yeah.
proper kick pad, you
Dude,
know.
I used to have
It's
that. I
so
love
rare
that.
that those come up on eBay, but every once in a while
They're
they
very
do.
rare.
I got to
always
test
wanna
out
buy those.
a brand new Roadie kickbox at E3.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
you're at E3. Yeah,
That's where I met JLC.
Yeah, JLC.
Man,
and
rip
then-
rip
and then
E3,
there was
man.
Bill
No
TV
kidding.
show and
Uh huh.
was it? I don't know if it was Ben Everly.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
it Ben
that's
Everly
right.
that-
Yeah,
no, he
because-
wasn't there. Was it? Who was the bassist? Because you guys played Smooth
Limelight.
Criminal or Limelight.
Was that that was in a GameStop? I think they went to
Oh,
a
that was
GameStop
different.
to play.
That was a different
Limelight.
one
That was
because he did
something
he
else.
did
Yeah,
the little rage bit.
Yeah, at E3 it was me, it was iBite, and it was
Okay.
JLC.
Because you guys were both
And
on
Bill TV
Ions.
show.
You had
Uh-huh.
an Ion hooked up to an amp, and then he was playing on the game, or it was vice versa. It was
We
one
kept
of the-
switching. There was one
Yeah.
video where it was actually me and Cena,
Yes.
Oh
Cena
my
was there. Yep,
God.
yep.
Wow.
where
Nice.
where Cena was on the Ions hooked up to the amp, and I was playing the actual game. Cena is he's like an old school gospel drummer. Like he's
Yes,
really
yes,
cool
he
with
is.
that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and so it was really fun playing.
That's
with him.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing better than the good old jam session. Mhm.
Oh
That was
man,
quite
Cena.
fun.
I think Cena is why I got Goodwoods because I saw his video.
Yeah, his reviews. And
Yeah.
who was the other guy that used like Goodwoods primarily? Was it Azurite? for a
Azurite
while?
used Goodwoods. iBite
Azrael
did as
was
well.
Like,
iBite,
he was
yeah.
like the dude that would pushed like Goodwoods, and like I wanted them for
Yeah,
so long.
I wanted for a long time
Because of
too,
it.
and then I got
Yeah.
surprised sometime like during the winter time. I remember I was like at a hockey game, and I came back home, and there were Goodwood mods just like sitting like on the doorstep for whatever reason.
Nice.
Like, my mom was like, "I finally bought them for you." I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." And I
Apparently-
still have them to this day. They still work.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
great. I love my Goodwoods
They're great.
Apparently, like they were still selling Goodwoods like around Rock Band 4 coming out.
Really?
on eBay.
Yes, on
Yeah,
eBay.
you could find
Who
them on
told you
eBay.
that?
S-
Aaron?
Name started with a J, I think.
Jacob, me.
Not you. It was not you.
I knew they were
No,
on
but,
each
like,
for a long time.
There's
Expensive ass shit though.
there's
like
merit
$300 or
to it.
$400.
Yeah, because like no, I saw them for $99, and I was like, I don't have any money, but I would buy Goodwoods right now if I could.
Yeah, I would love to have a second set of Goodwoods because
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
Nice, like
15 years old.
yeah, like I played on the Goodwoods you gave me
Yeah,
so
dude,
much that the
my-
wire on the inside actually came undone. And, like I had
Yeah,
to like
and then
solder it all back up.
the kit that I originally had my Goodwoods on, it was a Rock Band 2, probably like a launch Rock Band 2 kit. And after a while, it started registering kick when I hit yellow pad.
Do you still have
Oh,
your
weird. stock
stock metal plated kick pedal from the Rock Band?
No, but I
used
do.
to have one.
I
used to
I
have a metal
have
plated one.
the Nico metal pedal,
Oh, okay.
and I have the Rhythm Maker from Blockhead. So the one that had the adjustable spring.
Yeah, it looked like a real pedal, but
It
it, just,
did,
it
but it
just
was very much
not
a
real
toy.
pedal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those two. Well, the Rhythm Maker was great because you could adjust the height of it, and so like if you had like a double bass song that was charted like single, it was really good because you could lower it.
It was
all
good
the
for
way.
heel toe.
Yeah, it was
was
really
good
good
for
for
heel
heel toe, but they broke so easily.
Yeah, it was
But
unfortunate.
yeah, I loved my Ion pedal though. I thought that thing was awesome.
You know what kind of pedal I had for Rock Band 1 right after what I put together after my stock pedal broke?
What?
It was a hack that Sean also came up with, that Freak came up with. This is before he figured out how to make the box for the E-kits to work and everything like that. He figured out that you could basically take a reed switch and like basically solder it to like an 1/8" cable because it was just like an 1/8" jack that the pedal plugged into on the back of the stock kit. Do that. Stick a magnet on the bottom
Yes.
of your
Yes.
of your pedal. Your
So
like
this
real
is like,
drum
this
pedal.
is like an alpha version of like
Yeah,
a
I mean,
destroyer
Yeah,
pedal.
because that's how
Yes.
that works.
That's how
They-
that's how the Rockman pedals work. It was just
Yeah.
a magnet.
Magnet.
It's like,
So,
yeah. And so I just saw that on Square. I'm like, I can do that. So I went to Radio Shack.
Yep.
Rest in
Yep, yep,
peace.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
went to
Rest
Radio
in
Shack-
peace.
Went to Radio Shack, got the stuff, and I set up just a practice pad. That's so that it had something for the beater to bounce off
Yep.
of, but it wasn't the beater to do anything. It was just the magnet on the bottom
feel.
of
Yeah,
the,
I want
of
to
the
say
pedal.
that's
that
what
just-
iBuy did too. Like
Yeah, I
he
think
had
it
it
did.
he had it hooked up that way. But yeah, no, I'm more used to the actual pad being the one that has
Yeah.
The thing
It,
that
it,
actually-
it,
I
does- it
remember
feels
how the-
much better.
I remember having the rock pedal. You know, like
Yes,
with
and
the
I-
beater
and I-
everything.
I had
Dude,
I
my
had the
box
rock
still
pedal.
works. It still works.
I had the rock pedal, and it's funny because the guy who sold it was actually a really nice guy. I forget his name, but I ended up returning it because I just you had to calibrate it. You had to adjust it like you would adjust an actual pedal because it was an actual pedal, a cheap one. But I didn't like it, and he was like, "Yeah, man, send it back. I'll give you your money back. It's all good." Like he was a really nice guy, you
Nice.
know. And then the Destroyer pedal. I mean, God, that's when I named your guitar after.
Yeah,
you
the
know.
Destroyer pedal, the
Yeah,
Destroyer guitar.
I just called it the Destroyer guitar. It was a callback. I was
I was
you know,
I was lucky enough to get a Destroyer pedal, and so
it's
yeah,
the same
I-
thing.
yeah,
like, as,
no, and it
as
was
the
it was
rock
just cool
pedal.
as fuck. It's just
Well,
cool as fuck.
I think that yeah, because the guys that made that, I think that they saw that Score Hero thread were because that's how the actual Rock Band pedal worked too. It's just a magnet, same shit,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had a small sponsorship from Destroyer Pedals and have never touched one.
wow, really
in my
interesting.
life. I even told the guy that I was like, I'm not going to say that I use this. I don't use it. He's like, that's fine.
Just
Just
fine.
have your
I'm
name
like,
attached.
Yeah, as long as your
Okay.
name's attached, we're good.
He's like, so I asked around, I was like, is this actually a good pedal? They was like, yeah, that's great. Okay.
Okay, good.
So,
I feel
great.
good about this
It's
now.
like Blindzor doing 2 feet 1 pedal. Broke a lot of
Yes.
pedals.
Dude,
Ooh,
Yeah.
I
dude,
wanted
oh
to
boy.
do that shit. I wanted to play What a Horrible Night to Have Occurs, but I only had a
Dude,
Rock Band 2
I
pedal.
did the 2-foot 1 pedal thing because my Rock Band 1 pedal. I had a couple of Rock Band 1 pedals that just snapped, of course, because they outdid. But my grandpa just cut out a nice piece of wood, the shape of the Rock Band pedal, and just
Yeah.
screwed it on there.
That's
I still use
awesome.
them to this day. I have 2 Rock Band 1 broken pedals that have
Yeah.
wood
You know
on
what's
there,
insane?
and it was so sturdy enough where I could do that. What a Horrible Night to Have Occurs. So did during the.
I
and
want
then-
to say, the
And then when the blast beat comes on, you can.
Such a sick song.
At some point I had a Rock Band 1 kit 10 years ago, and I got it for $30, and it all came together on eBay. And the pedal broke, obviously.
Yeah.
But then I took duct tape and butter knives, put it together. Because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make this work as possible. I ended up having Sulfur by Slipknot
Nice.
on Rock Band 3.
Wow, what an
That was
FC.
the best Rock Band 1 kit I have ever used in my life, and I don't know where it is.
You got good RNG on that one.
It was very good
Yeah,
RNG.
clearly.
It was so good.
Mythic pull.
Those support sticks that the Goodwoods came with kept my
They were
red
so
and
clutch.
green.
I
They
still
kept
like
my
So
red and
clutch.
green alive for such a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
They-
that should have been an official product.
It really
to
should have been
people.
because
strut.
it worked.
Yeah,
it
but
worked.
at least Goodwood sold it, and then other
Yeah.
people made mods of it too. And it's just a PVC pipe cut a
Yeah,
very
that's it.
specific way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just cut it like a chamfer kind of, you know.
Yeah, it's just a brace.
Yeah. Now, did you ever use Metalworks? You remember those things?
No.
No. Well, Alex said they were terrible.
I played it at a college once because they're having they're having a Rock Band drum tournament, and I showed up, and it was at my sister's college, and I was like, okay, whatever, we're gonna go visit my sister, and I'm gonna go try this this drum tournament. It was 2009, and then this guy had Metalworks set up, and I played. It was too bouncy. It was more bouncy than I played on the Goodwoods that JP gave me, and they were bouncy. But these Metalworks, you just use a stick and just
What it felt like the first time I touched a rolling mesh head.
Yeah,
I felt the
dude.
same way. Just
yeah. Maybe the smaller the PD 6 pads or something the 6-inch toms are they're super bouncy, and that's why I can't use them. They need to be 8-inch at least, for me. But because I just recently upgraded to 8-inch toms, and so
Nice.
it's this is the best.
Those pads are game changing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
getting Rollins now. I always wanted.
It's
them
a
as
dream.
kid. And
It's a
yeah,
dream, dude.
It is a dream, and it's everything I thought it would be and more.
If JP
you know?
didn't go out and get that drum kit, I don't think I would have upgraded my shit too.
No,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
Out of
want to
the-
get Rollins now because dude,
There you
go.
I have a shitty $200 Alesis Nitro kit that can definitely be improved upon.
You probably find somebody on Facebook Marketplace.
I've been
selling some
looking.
shit.
You know how Marketplace works. You search for one
Yeah.
thing one time, and now your recommendations are full
Yep.
of it. So I'm
Yep.
getting all sorts of Roland kits, varying from $500 to $2,500 for a kit. I'm I don't even know what I'm looking for, bro.
Yep, I will say that for the rolling kit that I have, I got the 4 mesh pads right for the snare and the 3 toms. It was only about maybe 3-4 months ago, I finally had to replace 2 of those heads.
After
Wow.
however many years.
17 years.
17 years.
That's amazing.
That speaks a
old
lot
enough to
the
well,
you know,
because
graduate high school,
Remo-
go to
Remo
college,
makes those meshes. Yeah, it says on
get
there.
a job.
yeah, you can legally work.
Legally
So
work.
my blue and green, my low tom and floor tom, still the same stock heads that came
That's-
with the
you know
That's
what,
so
this-
cool, actually.
This is good info to hear because if I'm gonna be drumming like for the rest of my life, then it's gonna be a
Yeah.
while until they break.
You'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
you'll be
You're-
well into
you're
your
a spoke-
40s by the
you're
time you got to
literally
replace
a
them.
spokesman for Roland right now, man. It's just like, yeah, this shit will not break. I've been drumming for almost 20 years, and then I
The
just,
cymbals will break.
yeah,
Yeah.
the cymbals are left to be desired.
The
Let's be honest.
The hi-hat that I got was giving me issues. I had it on an actual hi-hat stand, and it was registering. I'd hit up Brady, and Brady was like, "Oh yeah, so the VH10, if you put it on a real stand, it'll register like crazy in the center because it can move freely." And he was like, "Unfortunately, you have to put it on like a regular cymbal arm, like you would the Crasher ride." And I was like, "Okay, I can do that." You know, and it's not terrible
Or you spend $1,000 for that.
for that new one.
the
Yeah,
new-
yeah,
that new
because
hi-hat.
he said it's a VH10 issue, and then they fixed it on the
Yeah.
new ones, but they're just super. Well, you got a lemon hi-hat, right?
I got a lemon hi hat, and I had problems with the clutch and the hi hat stand, but I had to tighten the shit out of it. Everything's good now.
Yeah, if you
Everything's
just
good.
tighten it, like you can't move anymore. You have to
Yeah.
have it like static.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not a problem when you play it as an actual e-kit, but when you're playing a game, it just changes everything.
Yeah,
Any overhit that would be negligible in like a traditional sense is like ruins the game.
And that way, fake drumming is actually way more demanding.
It is,
than-
yeah.
than
yeah. I
real-
know
than
there's
real
like so
drumming
much
is.
room for error when you play a gig or you're just listening to a click and you got to play with a band. But like
Yeah.
Guitar Hero and Rock Band, it's like here's the notes, you fuck up.
Precision. Yeah, no, the overhits, the ghosting. If your kick beater, bounces or vibrates a little bit
Yeah.
on the pad, it's not no one's gonna hear that in a real show.
No, they won't.
But it
It's
breaks
got
the combo.
triggers. Depends on who you are, who you ask. That the beautiful thing is just that there are so many different drummers. You can drum however you want, any skill level. Yeah, that type of
Yeah,
thing.
no,
It's
it's
so
fantastic.
accessible in the game, outside the game, and that's how I think like drums is. That's it,
I'm very happy to hear that you're becoming a drum evangelist,
dude.
Yeah.
I'm so in with this.
Yeah.
Teaching my daughter drums. She
Oh, that's
wants
fantastic.
to drum. Like she helps me. Like I'll play like Yarg or Clone Hero or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, I help," and I'm just like, "Yeah, absolutely."
It's probably once every 3 or 4 days my son comes to me. He's like, "Can I play drums?"
Yeah, that's
And so I-
awesome.
yeah,
and
sit-
so he's got
sit
like
him
he's got a legend. He's got a
Yeah.
legend,
Yeah.
He'll learn.
right? He'll learn.
How old's your son?
He will be 4 years old in
Wow.
December.
Okay, very.
Yeah, my daughter's turned 4 in January.
That's really
So,
cool.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's
she's locked in. She's got a really good rhythm. Like seriously,
Legitimately,
she's got
like, I've
actually
seen it.
good.
Yeah.
rhythm.
Oh, that's
seen it.
fun. My son does not,
Yeah,
Hey, you win some,
but
lose some.
he has surprisingly good technique already. Like just kind of naturally. Like he's not just like death gripping it
Yeah.
and going. Like he's using his fingers like very loose
Wow.
like
Yeah.
hands when he's letting the
He's-
stick bounce and rebound. Like
He's getting
Impressive.
the fundamentals down first, and then
Yeah.
rhythm comes
That's-
next.
yeah, there you go.
Rhythm comes next. He's gonna be the next Deadly Dynamics legend. He's gonna get epidermis.
That's it. That is his destiny.
Yeah, it's
to
his destiny.
finally
His
FC
epidermis.
He was
Son
bred for
of
this
some
moment.
Yeah, when you
guy. Seeing epidermis.
you got to be like someone you turn 18.
Yeah. How
There's-
long have we been on? We've been shooting this shit for a minute. bro.
Or 18.
Wow.
It's longer than I expected.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a good way to end that.
Yeah.
This has been a
Yeah.
dope talk, for
Guys, drums.
real. Drums, play them.
Play
Drums.
drums.
Guitar's
Yeah.
still good, but play drums.
Yeah, drums
Fortnite
are cool, too.
Festival,
Yeah.
drop drums.
Hey,
Yeah,
when
pro
that
drums,
drops,
please.
we're gonna have a lot of new content to play.
Yeah.
A
Yes,
lot.
Whole
looking forward to
backlog.
that day. Hey, Freak, if you're watching, let us know. When is Pro Drums coming out?
He
Yeah.
will not let us know.
You might let us know. Anyways, some guy, 913. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thanks so
joining
much.
us here.
Thanks for having me on. This has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Anyways, that's out. We'll be back next week with a regular episode.
Yes.
And our 1 year anniversary is coming up soon. So
Yes,
keep an eye out
sir.
for that.
Happy anniversary.
All right.
Soon, early. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.